The purpose of this PowerPoint is to explain and introduce the reflection paper. This will turn out to be the introductory paper for the portfolio and the last one that we are writing. So to begin with, you should have an introduction for your portfolio. The introduction should have some type of a thesis statement, should be your very first paragraph, and kind of give a general overview and again a thesis of what you will be discussing in the rest of the reflection. Make sure the thesis is clear and logical. Then comes the body of the reflection paper. So in these separate sections, you're first going to discuss 1 to 2 ways that your writing has improved through taking English 106. Good way to begin that, maybe make a list of things and then narrow that down to 1 to 2, maybe even just focusing on one if it's very well developed. And this is one section. How is your writing improved? Another section, you're going to discuss 1 to 2 things that you will continue to work on in your writing. Maybe you've started seeing that this is making a difference. You know you need to keep working on it. That'll be the next section. And again, to start that section, I would just make a list of things and then maybe narrow that down to some primary ones that you feel are important. Then the next section, you're going to decide what second level writing course you will take next semester and how the skills you've learned in English 106 will be used in that class. That's one option, or you can discuss how the skills that you have learned in English 106 will be used in your future classes. More than likely you're going to be asked to write papers in many of the other classes you'll be taking throughout the time that you're here at Findlay. And you may find that some of the stuff you've learned in English 106 will come back again, like such as using APA format or planning, drafting, revising, any of those things. So it's one or the other. What second level writing course will you take, or how will the skills you've learned be used in your future classes? One or the other, but not both. So you'll see the body of your paper has 3 major parts. Then the conclusion. Conclude this by restating your main ideas. Leave the reader with a final thought and do not add anything new here. This is where we just review what we've said. Again, just kind of summarizing, leaving the reader with a final statement, a feeling of finishing is a good way to end this. Now, some other things that are required that you should be considering as you're writing this. The total length is 3 to 5 pages, not super long. No citation is required. You do not need to use MLA or APA. You're just reflecting on the course here. You want to make sure you clearly define your thesis and then support it throughout the rest of your essay. Use a logical organizational format. Make sure that each new idea is a new paragraph you're indenting. Using transitions between your paragraphs and among your paragraphs. This is something I think we need to work on throughout the quarter or semester. To begin with, in addition to, in conclusion, things like that. Make your writing flow nicely. Minimal mechanical errors. Always looking for that. Spelling, grammar, punctuation, mechanics. And then format, 12-point Times New Roman font. 1-inch margins, and again, 3 to 5 pages total. So this is the reflection paper. If you have any further questions, please let me know, and happy writing.